One way that we're trying to reach the university students in our area is through outreaches like Porn Nation.
I'm Leticia Ordaz on the UC Davis campus, where hundreds of students flock to learn the naked truth about porn. What they found out will shock you. I'll have that story coming up. Well, Edie, this was a big-time lecture for many UC Davis students. Many said they had no idea they could get addicted to porn. Sexual images are everywhere. Pornography is no doubt a problem on college campuses like UC Davis.
The more I looked at it, the more I kind of valued women more as objects and less as real beings.
I think it's wrong to look at porn.
I definitely think it's a problem. It affects everyone in our culture.
Recovering porn addict turned national speaker Michael Leahy visited UC Davis tonight. He got personal with students about his own crisis with porn. It's a message he called the naked truth.
I became addicted to the material, and especially with the advent of internet pornography, it was like crack cocaine to me.
Another way that we're trying to reach every student on the university campuses in our area is by a strategy of launching multiple movements.
Hear my prayer, give your...
I think the multiple movement strategy is working on this campus because the campus is extremely diverse ethnically, and we just wouldn't be able to reach all these students with one group, because last year some of the Asian American students in our group decided to have their own weekly meeting to try it out and see what would happen, and so they advertised it, and 50 people showed up, 20 new people who'd never been to Campus Crusade.
And take for example my friend, I met her in my Asian American Studies class, and I was able to build a friendship and relationship with her, and I invited her to her first outreach, and she accepted Christ.
Being involved in EPIC has changed my life in a lot of ways. I think most importantly it showed me how much my culture could be used to reach other students for Christ.
Because of being involved in EPIC, I have a new heart for reaching out to Asian Americans.
Okay, so the vision of Bridges is to win international students for Christ and to build them up in their faith and then send them back to their home countries where they could take stand for Christ.
We met Wing Nam when we were giving freshman survival kits, and he received his and came back to the table and said he was a Christian. And since then he's gotten really involved in our ministry, and the next evangelistic meeting we're having, he's sharing his testimony.
And my dream for Bridges is one day in future that international students will become good disciples of Jesus Christ, so that when they go back to their home country, God will use them to spread the gospel to their neighbor.
Because of Bridges, I saw international students come to Christ and grow closer in their walk with God.
Finally, we want to see every one of our students sent onto summer projects, into full-time Christian ministry, or into key places where they can help launch new movements that will make an impact for Christ.
One thing that the Lord has taught me this summer is how good He is, and as long as I keep myself available to Him and just pursue what He's got set out for me, He's going to work my ways, in ways that I limit myself to, and in ways that I never would have thought possible.
Being on summer project is to help you catch that vision, to catch how important it is to go out and share your faith, how important it is to go out there and meet the lost. Being on project helps me be able to see the needs that people have, and somehow be able to address those needs by sharing with them the gospel.
It's really crazy how destroyed everything is. That's kind of a shock. I think we walk down to the levee and there's houses on top of cars and stuff. It's crazy.
The way I see it fitting in with our mission at UC Davis is we want to have our hearts broken for God's priorities in the world, which are people. We want to have our hearts permanently broken that way, and we want to we see people suffering here. They have physical needs and they also have spiritual needs. And ultimately, we really want to trust God that He can make it so that they would eventually thank Him for the disaster because of the good He was able to bring through it, something that only God can do.
A lot of our dreams have been realized, and so now we're having to dream bigger dreams and new dreams to see what God might want to do that's bigger than what we've ever imagined.